being seen to this brownish thing. It's just like those speeches I had, like I had my Tswana skin pigment, but then I played in the sun too much and then I got darker. So my offspring will unfortunately suffer the burden of being light skinned. Um, Same with my dad. You should see his pictures when he was even in his 20s, and he was this light skinned man. And when they went to the bush, the bush ate him. Yeah, I wanted to start this off like this, um, to sort of clear the air or to set a platform to a topic that I'm going to discuss. This topic, like most of it, topics, are not for entertainment. Alright, they are not some marketing ploys. It took me and my father a very long time to convince Professor Joseph Tisho, who had offers from Botswana, Canada, even Zimbabwe, just to name a few. In fact, when I was helping out or tutoring some interns and some lectures with some questions relating to international law, old laws, and law reform at the Harvard Law School. You don't have to take my word for it, but they know, and they know who they are. When we were doing that, there was a point where it came where they were like, pertaining to immigrants. What is an immigrant that has a master's degree in the United States? Do they still have to fall under the green card scheme? And the conclusion we all came out with, if you have a master's degree in the United States of America, that's almost practically citizenship. So guess what? Professor Joseph Tisho has a doctorate in the United States of America. This man, who we brought down here as he wanted to come home, he wanted to help our nation because he saw the great potential. To look away from all the other offers and to look at the desert nation. So I was asked to say something to him, and what I said, I'm told, is the reason why he's here. That one question threw him back, and he decided to come and head NIPAM. I'm not the only one that invited him. Even Hage invited him. So his caliber and his work ethic are so good that the corroded Namibian system couldn't keep up, and they felt threatened. And them feeling threatened, they had to get a puppet on board. So they decided to create what we call social conflict. This is conflict that derives from political rhetoric, and I'm going to name that person Martha Nambili, who hounded me, stalked me, pretended to be someone who she was not, pretending and telling me to act like Joseph Tisho, and that she was going to take care of all of his money. She had a relationship with him. he was a teacher or what. She is a mentally unstable person. Her word means nothing. The words she made me say mean nothing. When I met that person, after thinking she would be someone else, after an entire year of torture, I still told her to get help. I kept on telling her to get help. Right? And that post-traumatic stress was real. A person like me being manipulated in that form could be dangerous. But I tried to keep my composure. So now Namibia's civil service, especially the teaching, has no direction. You have people who have failed grade 12 miserably, teaching in the villages. Miserably. Because they passed one particular subject, so they can teach the little kids. Like saying that those kids don't deserve better. And it's a story like mine. Since my mother was a teacher, when she decided she was a nurse, then she decided to study and she became a teacher. And where she was teaching, she decided, since there was no nanny at home, and I was around maybe 3, that I should go and attend school so that I'm where she can see me. But with the principal, it was on condition that I wouldn't be in her class, as we could cheat. So I was being taught by her class for a while. I was doing good. Then they were like, no, he has to be cheating. They took me to someone else's class. I didn't like it. I didn't feel familiar. But still, I accepted it. I could write my name. I could read out the simple phrases. That teacher decided by age 4 I should be in grade 2. And that happened. And then the principal saw this as some sort of a threat or a ploy. So I decided I will stand up for myself and not listen to this so-called principal, whom in conversation knows less than I do. So I told my mother I'm leaving. I'll stay at home. And we found a lady that could take care of me and take care of the house. She became a part of the family. That kind of story, that kind of narrative is the same as how the Namibian civil service should work. It should work inter-networkly, but it had to start with the basics. As it started with the basics, we did not take into consideration that the basics for Namibia were actually lower than the basics of most countries. And it was hard for them. For the younger ones, they were excited. They loved it. They revered in it. So when they decided to kick out Disho, and he said, okay. But then the defamation that was spread, they thought will only be spread internally. It went all the way to Botswana, where the Botswana head of state administration said they will take him if Namibia doesn't want him, because all they are doing is playing dirty politics. Zambia the same, and the United States of America the same. Do you realize how insignificant you so-called board at NIPAM, and how utterly stupid and pathetic you are for the move that you made, and how you have made us look in front of the world. You are incompetent. Your positions there mean nothing. And that threat where my sister was failed by those Caprivians, I will never ever forgive them. At a time when they do not expect it, I will come down on them like lightning. I swear on my life. And if my life is put in danger, know that your children and their children's children will suffer. That is what you brought out of me with your incompetence. You ruined everything. And you think you're going to sit there forever? Those of you who are there with fake degrees, you better start rewriting the story. Because that truth is going to come out. Because the people that did write your so-called thesis, your so-called masters, and the people that cheated their way through your degrees have started to talk. This is a new era. And if you want to toy with my family, put me in the middle where I have to choose. Note, the same will be of yours. And most of you are bloody illiterates. My guns are bigger than yours. That is the old language that they used to use. When I come for you, when you are named, when everybody decides you're the scapegoat,